the next viral disease we are going to discuss is the poliomyelitis, the most commonly called as polio. Okay. And the causative agent of this poliomyelitis is a virus called as poliovirus. Poliovirus. This poliovirus is having a single stranded RNA as its genetic material, Such a polio virus which causes a disease known as poliomyelitis. This poliomyelitis usually that attacks the infants, so only this disease is also called as infantile paralysis. See, poliomyelitis is also called as, this one is also called as infantile paralysis. Infantile paralysis means it causes paralysis in the infants, but now it can be occur in any age groups, but now it can occur or cause disease in any age groups, So it may occur in any stage of the life or any human individual, not only for the infants. So what is the mode of infection of this polio? Mode of infection, how it get transmitted to the human beings. See, the mode of infection is through intestinal discharge of infected persons. Intestinal discharge of the infected person. And also through contaminated food or the drink by flies. That contamination is carried out by flies coming in contact with, which already came in contact with intestinal discharge of infected person. Intestinal discharge of infected person. So what is the meaning of this? It means the intestinal discharge of the infected person need not to be entered directly into your body or into your alimentary canal. If the flies which sit over the intestinal discharge of that infected person and then they sit over the food or the drink, means if such a contaminated food or the drink is taken by you or ingested by you, then also there is a chance of getting this disease, or by directly coming in contact with the intestinal discharge of the infected person. Nothing but here the fecal matter of the infected person. So that is what the major mode of the infection or the mode of transmission of this disease. Then what is the progression of this disease? What are the symptoms of this disease and how it is going to affect the human body? See, poliovirus, it mainly causes or it mainly attacks nervous system. It mainly attacks the nervous system. Initially it enters our body through alimentary canal. So it enters through alimentary canal, and later it reaches the central nervous system, and later it reaches central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, through blood stream. So through blood it reaches the central nervous system. Then it initiates the symptoms such as, and then it leads to the first symptom of this poliovirus is that is inflammation. It causes inflammation of nervous system. Inflammation of the nervous system. And when the inflammation of the nervous system occurs, so it causes the symptoms such as, then it causes, which causes the fever, as well as the headache, then the chills, and along with that one, the fever, headache, as well as the chills, and pain all over body. And then it leads to, as the inflammation of the nervous system is involved, then that leads to the paralysis of the muscles, that is particularly the skeletal muscles. So because of the paralysis of the skeletal muscles, then it leads to, which further leads to, okay, a stiffness of neck, so that such a person is not able to bend his head forward. So not able to bend, such an infected person is not able to bend head forwardly. So he is not able to bend the head forwardly because of the paralysis of the muscles. So this paralysis of the muscles is involved because of inflammation of the nervous system. So the initial symptoms after the inflammation of the nervous system are indicated by fever, headache, chills, as well as the pain all over the body. Then the paralysis of the skeletal muscles at the neck region, so they cause a stiffness in the neck, so the person or the infected person is not able to bend his head forwards. So these are the initial symptoms. Later, within 2 to 3 days of this infection only, the paralysis becomes more progressed. Next, within 2 to 3 days, the paralysis reaches maximum. When the paralysis reaches the maximum, and when it involves pharynx and as well as the larynx, paralysis reaches maximum, and when it involves the larynx and then the pharynx. You know what do you mean by larynx and what do you mean by the pharynx? Larynx is nothing but the voice box or the sound box, and pharynx nothing but a common passage for the food as well as the air. When these two structures are involved in a paralysis, which turns to be fatal, then the disease turns to be fatal. What do you mean by turns to be fatal? Means it can cause the immediate death at that condition. So, as there is no cure available for the polio, see, no cure is available for polio. Once it reaches to be fatal, there is no cure available for the polio. When you get infected with the polio myelitis virus, there is no cure available. Then the prevention is the only the option left for us. So prevention is only the treatment. Nothing but before it enters into our body, we should prevent the entry of that virus into our body by vaccination. So as there is no cure available, then we should be very careful, particularly about the infants without contracting this virus. So as there is a chance of instant or the rapid transmission of this virus from the infected individuals, such infected patients must be isolated. They must be isolated, means they must be separated from the crowd, even from the family members also. Why? Because as the virus can, this virus can spread through their fecal matter, through their the fecal matter, fecal matter, there should be a, should be provided with, they should be provided with the proper okay, disposal method, proper disposal method, nothing but they should be given with the separate toilets or the bathrooms. Why? Because their fecal matter contains the polio virus, so that they must be isolated from the crowd and they must be provided with the separate disposal methods for the disposal of their fecal matter. Why? Because their fecal matter contains this virus. And also, okay, avoid overcrowding, avoid overcrowding of children, avoid overcrowding of the children, particularly in parks and in cinema halls, as well as in schools and also in playgrounds, so that if any children is infected with the polio, means it should not get transmitted to the other infants or the other children easily. So only we should avoid overcrowding the children in parks, cinema halls, schools, as well as the playgrounds and wherever the crowd is to be expected. So, and what is the prevention against this polio means? Let's discuss about prevention, how we can prevent it. So, the prevention is by the prevention, as the prevention is available in the form of vaccine. This prevention is by the vaccine. The vaccine is called as that is OPV, that is oral polio vaccine. So here the OPV is nothing but oral polio vaccine is also available. Okay, and the mixed vaccine, and also the mixed vaccine, and or the mixed vaccine for this mixed vaccine is for diphtheria, polio, and even as for the tetanus also. Okay, that is nothing but this vaccine is called as DPT vaccine. This vaccine contains prevention for the diphtheria, tetanus, as well as the polio. So this mixed vaccine can also be used for prevention against the polio disease, or the oral polio vaccine is also available. Means here you might have seen the ads in TVs and other mass media, the print media also, like Do Boond Jindagi Ki, with the slogan Do Boond Jindagi Ki, means the 2 drops of the polio will be given for the infants below the 5 years of age in order to prevent this infection in their the future days. So this is regarding the discussion of the causative agent of the polio, and as well as how it can spread from infected person to the healthy individual, which age groups of human individuals get affected by this polio, and what are the symptoms and the symptoms and the damages being caused to the human body. So we didn't mention regarding the incubation period for this polio virus. Once it enters into our body, how many days it requires to show the symptoms of this disease or cause the symptoms of this disease. The incubation period here, the incubation period of polio virus is minimum 7 to the 14 days, maximum of 14 days. This is what the incubation period for the polio virus. So this is regarding the polio. So next we will discuss regarding the another viral disease, nothing but the dengue fever and then chikungunya.